What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Stix, and today I want to bring to your attention some amazing news regarding an anime MMORPG that I personally enjoy quite thoroughly that has, up until this point, never been released in English. Now, before I get into this news video, I would, however, like to point out that we are very close to hitting 50,000 subscribers, which is insane, because literally just last month, we posted a video saying, oh my god, we hit 40,000, and that is crazy, because it is. I mean, this year alone, we've managed to go all the way from like 10,000 to almost 50,000, and it's only been not even 8 months yet. So I feel like 60, 70,000 may be a goal by the end of this year, and potentially 100, 200,000 by next year. Who even knows at this point, right? And that is thanks to you guys, because if it was not for you guys watching our videos, we would not be literally probably even posting videos still. So like, with that being said, once again, I just want to quickly say almost 50,000, mind blown. So, with the recent success of the Korean and Japanese launches of Soul Worker Online, Gameforge, the publisher behind the Western release of Soul Worker Online, have announced that they do in fact have planned for an open beta later on this year, 2017. Now, Soul Worker Online is probably the best anime MMORPG I have ever personally played. I'm assuming it's the same for Wiggy, because she generally has a similar taste to me, at least with regards to anime MMORPG. See, the game itself, it is beautiful. It is one of the best looking anime-inspired MMORPG. Its cel-shaded graphics are absolutely top tier. The gameplay, the combat, absolutely amazing. The combat itself is one of the most impressive parts of Soul Worker Online. It's probably one of my favorite combat systems in an MMORPG currently. There are no ping issues, there are no, which granted may in fact not transition over to the Gameforge version of the game, because Gameforge is probably not the greatest publisher in the world. They have known to have had some fairly shitty games in the past. That being said, at least when we play it on the official Japanese server, there is absolutely no lag. We have absolutely no problem playing it. Hopefully that carries over to its Western release. I don't really know if it will or not. I guess it remains to be seen. But either way, the game is probably one of the best looking, one of the best playing, if not the best anime MMORPG that I've ever played. Now, Soul Worker itself is a dungeon crawler MMORPG, which means more or less, you know, you party with a group of people in like a town or a hub, and then you progress into dungeons where you traverse a set number of dungeons or a set number of zones or unique areas where you just kill monsters, you farm items, you farm gear, you farm money, and you keep progressing. You move on to the next stage of each dungeon until you inevitably hit the boss. Now, that being said, this kind of MMORPG may not interest you personally, because I mean, it's obviously not for everyone. But if you're a fan of MMORPGs like Phantasy Star Online, Vindictus, Critica, I mean, this is probably going to be a game that you like playing. Or if you're just a fan of anime MMORPG, then this may be a game you're into playing. So outside of that, Soul Worker is an anime-inspired MMORPG, and it is set in a post-apocalyptic world where you are, let's say, the chosen one, and your duty is to take up arms, as it were, with a bunch of allies, whether they be NPC allies, since you can in fact party NPCs, or they be player allies. And you struggle, basically, to attempt to combat evil forces threatening to destroy the world. So, like, literally, a very generic storyline. It's the same as the majority of MMORPGs out there, or RPGs actually out there. But that is fine, because I've played a lot of it so far, and by a lot of it, I mean some of it so far, and I love it, even though I cannot understand any of it. Now, upon its Western release, Soul Worker will, unfortunately, only have 4 out of its 6 total playable classes that are currently available on the Eastern version of the game, similarly to how Critica was upon its Western release recently. The 4 classes in general, strangely enough, being Solemn Sword, Mist Scythe, Gun Jazz, and Howling Guitar. I mean, like, I know, like, I'm not making this stuff up. They are legit the official names of the classes. Don't look at me. I didn't name them, okay? I know, they are very strange names, but I mean, whatever, right? Soul Worker does have, however, over 100 different dungeons that you can progress through, each one having their own different episodic boss specifically for that dungeon, that event, or that zone that is split between various difficulty levels. Now, will it be worth playing in English? I do not know personally. It is something that I hope is worth playing in English, because we currently play on the Japanese server and it is a lot of fun there. I enjoy it thoroughly there. I would love to do like full playthroughs of it in complete English. Like I legit would love to play through it completely in English. I want to understand the story and I would love to play with you guys. So here I am hoping that it is worth playing. I was unfortunately let down by Critica. I was let down by Vindictus. I was not let down by Phantasy Star Online 2, which is an amazing game. And I'm hoping that I can go two for two here and have 2 that do not let me down and 2 that did. Now, when the official version of this does release later this year, I hope that a bunch of you guys are willing to come join us in it, because we're going to be playing it day 1. We may be playing it, we may do a first look of it before it's even released, if Gameforge allow us to. I don't know. But nevertheless, we hope to see you guys in the game with us at launch, because we're going to be doing a video of it at launch regardless of whether we're allowed to do a first look video prior to it or not. And we would love to party out with at least 2 of you guys or a bunch of you guys and push through a bunch of dungeons together in a several hour-long stream of the game upon its release. So hopefully we see you guys there later this year. You better be, because otherwise I'm gonna be hella disappointed.
We fell out of love like shooting stars came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your